And welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. This is actually the third Git Basics commands video. In this video I'll go more in depth or just teach you more commands in more basic commands in Git. So we will continue where we have left in the previous video, so if you haven't watched that already, you should, because this wouldn't make much sense. So to get started, I'll go inside the terminal and navigate to desktop and into my Git repo folder. And if you remember, what I did is let's say just git log first, and if you remember, I just committed this file. Let's type in ls1 to see that we have this file like this video, and I have committed that file with some contents, and the contents is just text1. So because I want to have more commits to work with, I will create another commit. So let's add some more contents to the file, and I'll open it inside the nano editor by typing in just nano and the name of the file. Press enter, and now we have opened the file, the text file inside the nano terminal, the nano editor. So let's add some text like text2, then exit, save this file. And now, if you remember from the previous video, I've actually taught you some commands like git status, etc. And now our file is modified. So to commit this file, we need to first of all add it with the git add command, and then use the git commit command, and I'll add a message. By the way, we don't need this amend keyword, so let's type in something like, this was first commit message, let's type in second commit message, and I'll just copy this here, paste it here, and instead of text1, let's add text2, create second commit message, and that should be it. Let's say git log, and now we have created the second commit inside our git history. So the first command we are going to learn is the git diff command, which actually shows us the unstaged differences since the last commit. So what does, you're probably now like, but Vixa, what does unstaged differences mean? So let me show you. We have basically two commits here. The last commit, we've added just text2 in our file. So basically what this command does is it shows us the differences that are not staged since the last commit. So for example, I have this file now, like this video, and if I, let's say, make some changes and like add, instead of text1, let's add text3. Actually, let's do that right now. If I go inside the file and add text3, then try to save it, and then I say git diff, the output of this command that we are learning right now will be that I've added, as you can see here with green, I've added, there is this plus sign which indicates that we've added something, which is text3. If we, for example, open, and here's what I was talking about, this git diff commands shows us the unstaged differences since the last commit. So these differences we have are actually not staged, or this file is not into the staging area. We can make sure that that's the case by just doing git status. And as you can see, this file is into the modified files. So it's here. It's not here. Another thing I want to point out is, let me open the terminal. If we, for example, let's first of all just remove the text tree because we don't need it right now. How do I remove this the easiest way? Okay, I'm not sure, so let's see if now we have, if git diff shows us some differences. No, it does not, so that's okay. So another thing I want to point out is that if your files are untracked, then again this git diff command would not show anything because the files are untracked. It only shows differences if files are modified and if those files were in the last commit. So if I, for example, let's say create a new file called subscribe and then add this file will be in this area. It will be untracked, and if I do a git status, as you can see, this is an untracked file. Then if I do a git diff, nothing is outputted. This command didn't output anything. But if you, as you saw previously, if I change this file, which was in the last commit, and then the git diff, I'll see the differences, the unstaged differences. So hope that was not too fast for you and you understood what git command does. So let's go back and just remove this subscribe file. I removed the subscribe file, but you should still subscribe. So okay, so now we're left at where we started with just this this video file. If we do a git log, we have again these two commits. Let me clear up this mess and we'll jump into the second command, which is git reset. Well, what the git reset command does is just unstages file that are in the staging area. So basically, let's say a use case for this one will be, let's say you're working on something and you like this video. I will open the file like this video and let's say I add in text tree, then save this file, do a git status, and then as you can see the file is modified. Now I will add it to the staging area, and let's say, and as you can see now the file, we've successfully moved the file into the staging area. And now if, for example, let's say I don't like this file to be in the staging area, I've changed my mind, etc., I can just unstage this file by doing a git reset without anything. If I use this command, as you can see, the output is unstaged changes after reset. So this basically means that you have successfully unstaged all the files that we had in the staging area. For us, it's only one file. And this M probably stands for modified, I'm guessing, because we've previously modified this file. If we now do a git status, as you can see, this file has come back into the modified. It was here, and then we unstaged this file, so it came back to modified. So that is the git reset in a nutshell. It's pretty straightforward, and you will probably use it somewhat a lot. So let's continue on with the third command. So the third command will be git reset dash soft head this sign and 1. What this command does is, first of all, we need to make a commit to so I can show you what this command does. Let me clear up this mess again. Git status, and we have modified this file. So if we want to see the changes we've made, we can do a git diff, and as you can see from the last commit, we have just added text 3. What I will do is just add this file into the staging area, since it was just modified. Now, because I have my files into the staging area, I can commit those files, one file. Let's add in a commit message like let's say third commit text 3. So if I do a commit and I do a git log, then you can see we have the third commit here. But let's say this actually happens a lot, especially as I'm developing my side projects. I need to, let's say, undo the last commit because I accidentally made this commit, or I just don't want it anymore, or I need to add something else, etc. I need to undo it for some reason. And let's say we want to save the changes. So with this command you can actually undo the last commit and put all the changes into the staging area. So what kind of changes I'm talking about? As you can see, the changes we've committed were just adding text 3 to the file. So now if we use this command, what git will do is take this commit and undo it. So we'll basically have 2 commits only. So after undoing the commit, git will put every the changes into the staging area. So it will put this text 3 into the staging area. Let's copy this command. And by the way, another thing I should probably mention is this sign, and one at the end just means how many commits do you want reset. I want only the last one. If you want this one as well, you need to put in 2. I'll put in just 1, press enter, and this command doesn't output anything. But now if you do a git status, you'll see a file is modified like this video. And if you make a git log, you'll see that we have now only 2 commits. We have second and the first commit. But if you print out the contents of like this video, you'll see that we have a text 3 contents added here. So we have saved the changes into the staging area. Nothing is lost, so don't worry. So that is basically the git reset soft command, and the command is, I would say I use it a lot. And also the command is pretty self-explanatory because of this soft keyword. And as I said, I used a lot. The next command we are going to learn is the git commit amend new message. This is also pretty straightforward command, and what it does is basically just changes the commit message of the last commit. Let's say instead of second commit we wanted to say third commit. So to change this commit message after we've already committed, or I should say made this commit, we need to use this command and type in new message here. So let's type in third commit instead of this second commit. Let's say third commit message. And after executing this command, if you do a git log, you'll see we again have two commits. This is the last one, and this is the next to last commit. But we have changed the commit message. Instead of second, we now have the third commit message. So the contents of the message is different. So that was this command, again pretty straightforward. And now with the fifth command we have something similar to the third command we've learned, but instead of soft now we have hard. And this sign, I'm not sure how it's called, but it basically is the same thing as above. If you add in two of these, or I think actually I'm not sure, so I won't talk about it. Basically what this command does, it just does the same thing as this one, but instead of putting stages into the staging area, I have not actually explained it here. Okay, I need to update that. So instead of putting changes into the staging area, the changes are completely gone. So you would do this command if you, for example, like to undo the commit and vanish, or I should say delete the changes you've made. So let's go inside the terminal, clear all this mess, do a git log. So let's say let's first of all see what we have here. Nothing into the git status. Then what we want to do is let's first of all see the contents. So we have text3, text1, text2, and text3. So let's for example say that I don't want the second commit. What I need to undo it. Actually, I didn't copy this command, so let's say I only want the first commit and not this second commit with this third commit message. And also let's say I do not care about the changes that we've made with this commit, so I want to delete them completely. To do that, just use this command, and this command actually outputs something. And if we do now a git log, as you can see, we are only left with a single commit. Now if we see the contents of this, like this video file, you'll see that there's only text1, no text2 or 3, because we have deleted that commit with this command. Also, if you see a git status, there's nothing in the staging area. Hopefully that was not too hard for you. And Pretty much that is it, except for another command that maybe it's, it's in the top 5 most used commands of mine, which just shows the log in Git but in one line. Instead of giving you all these messages, rows like the commit hash, the author, the date, and the commit message, it just gives you the commit message and hash in one row. For example, let me just make another commit so you can see at least 2 commits instead of one. Let, for example, open this file, add text to. Doesn't matter what we add, it's just for illustrational purposes. Let me add in some commit message, let's say second message. And now if we just clear first and they do a git log -- one line, you will see the 2 commits in one row or one line each, instead of this multiple line one commit format. So that's all about for this video. In the next one I'll talk about git branching and merging, so stay tuned for that and peace out.